But for our next speaker and final speaker, it's Mr. Ellis. He is owner and operator of Ellis Electric. But wait, this thing. How can Mr. Ellis own and operate his own business when he's here at Rifle High School every morning, noon, and night?
No, Johnny, there are two Mr. Ellises with us today. The one we are not so familiar with is Mr. Rob Ellis. He is brother to our Mr. Ellis. Good morning, Mr. Rob Ellis, and welcome to Rifle High School.
Okay, so don't hold anything I say against him, all right? I was asked to come and speak on my career path and kind of how I got there, and I kind of have a similar story to them. I was initially going to be a psychologist, mainly because I wanted to figure out what was wrong with me. I got a bachelor's in psychology, figured out that there really wasn't anything wrong with me. So I was like, okay, well, now what do I do for a living? Because I fixed that problem. And so I was living with a guy, and he's like, well, why don't you come to work for my boss? He's hiring. I'm like, what do you do? Electrical? I don't know if I want to do that. And I was thinking, okay, I'm going to get a job. I'm going to go do electrical so I can pay bills and eat food, because I like food. That's how I keep my girlish figure. So I started working for him, and it clicked. I fell in love with it, and so I ended up pursuing a career. And I challenge every single one of you, whether you do go to school, whether you go to college, or whether you just do some classes at a community school, I would encourage you to go pursue that if you have an inkling towards something. If you don't, go get a job. Do not stay at home and upset your parents. Okay? But go get a job. Start exploring different things. Try a job you may or may not like, because you'll never know unless you try different things. The beauty about going and failing is you learn from it. And I don't think we tend to look at failure as a negative thing. I think failure is a perception, because if you try something, you're not good at it, or you don't like it and you move to something else, and then you move to something else, and then you finally set yourself in that, you've succeeded. So don't look at it and go, oh my gosh, all my friends are going to Ivy League schools, oh, they're going to these schools. What are you going to do? Oh, I'm going to go work at McDonald's. Okay? Believe it or not, there's some people that own McDonald's franchises that make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. So flipping burgers could turn into owning a restaurant. So don't despise small beginnings. Just a short story. My first day on the job as an electrician for a company in Denver. I'd been in the trade for a few years, but he said, hey, we're going to have you go do service calls. I'm like, sweet. Now, because I felt like I was in the big leagues now. I was like my own boss. So I get in the van, I head over there, and he goes, yeah, they've got a bunch of short circuits and stuff, and breakers are tripping. So this gal opens the door and says, hi. And I'm like, hi, I'm Rob Ellis. I'm here to remove your shorts. I mean, not like your shorts, but like the shorts in your house. So there are some things you can get away with as an electrician. I encourage all of you guys to be patient with your careers, with what you're going to do for a living. I never thought that I would get through a 5-year program to get my master's in electrical. I did 4 years of college. I got accepted to graduate school, ended up not going to graduate school, started pursuing the electrical. 5 years will go by fast. 6 years will go by fast once it's done, even if you're in the military. So don't look at how long something's going to take to achieve and let that stop you, because once you get to the other side, you'll realize one of two things. Thank God I did this, or I really wished I would have done this. There's a lot of people that are our age that are still trying to figure out what to do. And it's like, well, I'm too old for that now. You guys are at a beautiful age because you have time in front of you. So take advantage and start taking steps now. And it may not come right away. But like I said, time flies. And once you accomplish it, you'll be better for it. So good luck. Thanks.